But I was 19, I was standing in that lobby, and I was just like, man, I hate this job, and this isn't me. This isn't where I belong. And I know lots of people have felt that way before about their jobs. The difference between me and a lot of people is...
Just reacting to the podcast with Grant Cardone and Dana White. I'm not really going to talk so much on Grant Cardone. Massive fan of Dana White, the president of the UFC. Love the UFC, love Dana White. However, Dana White's story of before his success of being a bellboy in Las Vegas, and the reasons that it explains why he's different from everyone else. And they took the company when it was in financial trouble from $2 million when they purchased it, sold it for $4 billion. He's still the president of the company, and it's grown each year. So Dana White's success is definitely a story worth listening to. Comes across as a really down-to-earth guy, likable, and yeah, let's see.
At the Boston Harbor Hotel, I was a bellman there when I was 18, 19 years old. Great job, you know, nice hotel.
What are you earning back then?
It's a place you would go stay. If you went to Boston, you would stay at the Ritz, the Four Seasons, or the Boston Harbor Hotel.
Okay.
And, you know, especially the mentality in the East Coast, everybody's looking for that job where you get great benefits, a 401k. You know, it seems like those are the type of jobs that everybody's looking for, and they get these jobs and they stay there for the rest of their life.
I agree with him here. I'd done 10 years in the military prior to me moving to Thailand. And in the military, they've got incentives to keep you, which is like fair play. But so, for instance, like at your 7-year point, you get a bonus. At your 12-year point, you get a bonus, and obviously a half pension. At your 22-year point, you get a bonus, your full pension, then you can extend past that for certain incentives. There's also something there to keep you because you need the job roles to be getting fulfilled and carried out. And a lot of people, because they're getting a salary, healthcare, are miserable in their job, but they're too scared to leave because of everything that they're getting on the side. Which is fine, and if that's a career you've got, like I chose that, it is completely cool, but it does sometimes kill the dreams that you really want to pursue for some stuff that you feel comfortable about. So yeah, I left after 10 years, took the risk, moved to Thailand, and I've been here a year, and take the risk or lose a chance. So yeah, I could resonate there.
But I was 19, I was standing in that lobby, and I was just like, man, I hate this job, and this isn't me. This isn't where I belong. And I know lots of people have felt that way before about their jobs. The difference between me and a lot of people is I got up and walked out.
See that the only difference between him and everyone else, he pursued what his dreams were. He left a job he hated. A lot of people don't want to do it, and it's understandable, mortgages, kids, everything. So you've got to put in the grind while you can, while you've not got a family to provide for. So, you know, if you were, say, 50 with a family, it's going to be a lot harder to break away and go and pursue something you want to do. Still possible, it's just going to be a little bit more stressful and a little bit more harder to dig deep.
So I called the brothers, they were in Miami, the Fertittas, and I said, the UFC's in trouble.
Wow.
I think we could buy it, and I think we should. So I connected Lorenzo with Bob Meyerowitz. They started talking, and months later, we owned the company for $2 million.
Before he gets into that, because in hindsight, we know what happens, but imagine before that, Dana talks about it, and he said this is going to be the biggest thing in the world, the biggest sport organisation. So he had the vision and he pursued it. But imagine, like, because the Fajita brothers invested, so they put the $2 million in. Dana was the face, the worker, grinding away. Imagine the stress he must have had every time something went wrong or not right, or because remember, the UFC got in debt, and if you don't know the backstory, it was the Ultimate Fighter Championship episodes with Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin. The fight that they had was what made UFC go viral and put it to what it is today and the growth. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
So, did you have the
level? Let me explain to
yeah.
you. Like when I say $2 million, everybody makes that same, you know.
But
holy, you know,
yeah,
exactly, because the ROI is off the charts. But
now, yeah,
nobody believed in this thing. When I say nobody, except for two guys, Frank and Lorenzo, that's it. Nobody else believed in this thing, right?
I'm not trying to compare myself to Dana in the slightest, I've just got my own experiences, and I enjoy other people's success. I opened up a business, multiple businesses while I was in the army, and every time, I don't want to name the person, family member told me I wouldn't make it in the military. They told me my businesses would fail. Every negative thing that you could say, they would say, and I always had the vision and I pursued it because I believed it. And I've learned so much. The experiences have been great, and it all worked out. Of course, COVID come along and stopped a lot of things, but like you can't predict 3 years down the line about a pandemic that's going to be manipulated. So if you've got the vision, no one else is going to understand it apart from you. You've just got to keep going, and keep going, and eventually you'll get the overnight success that everyone sees, and you obviously been through the grind every day, and it's going to pay off. It will pay off. Like Dana's says, he didn't go to college, but he got 10 years of college in the fight business, and that's what he needed, and that's what he learned, and from his learning experience, the growth, now look at him. And he's got multiple businesses. He's not just got the UFC, he doesn't want to make it public because he doesn't want the media to shed negative lights on him. He hates the media. So yeah.
Tell young people now all the time, I definitely tell my kids, if you are even fucking remotely a savage, you'll run these people over. This next generation, and I know that every generation thinks the generation after them is soft.
Yeah. They're savages in every
But
generation.
right now, yeah, if you are even remotely a savage, you will run over every one of these kids in this next generation, you know? And then what's great is I've said this before, and I saw people going, oh my God, to even have that, you're the first fucking guy I'm running over. You know what I mean? The people who go, oh my God, why would you, you're fucking, I'll run you over in a second, you know? It's just like.
Probably won't even need to. They're just going to move over.
What do you want out of your life?
Yeah.
You know, what do you want?
So do you
from your
think,
life? It's easy to sit around and fucking cry about everything.
Yeah.
Get out there and get what you want. It's all out there for the taking right now.
Yeah. How do you develop the savage?
I don't know.
I don't know
I'm getting
either.
to the point as I get older.
Yeah.
I think you have it or you don't. You're born with it or you're not.
Oh man, fuck it. I love Dana White. So yeah, just going to wrap the video up there, but you could see from Dana White, you know, during COVID, every spot was finished and Dana just refused to give in to whatever you want to call it, and he just kept going, and UFC only lost one event, so they were supposed to do 43 events for the year and they done 42. That's unbelievable, and Dana is definitely inspirational, great guy to follow, great guy to watch. And he told you, you know, the next generation's coming up, you could see it. All these majority of guys don't even work out, and people are becoming weak. So if you can stay strong, you can work out, you can take care of your health, you can take care of your mental health and pursue your dreams and keep pushing. You're already ahead of the curve and in front of most people that's too lazy to do anything. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I would definitely go and check out Grant Cardone's podcast with Dana White. It's a great 1 hour podcast, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next video.